Women's plus pool player loses court battle in first test case of Airstrip 1's new legal definition of a women's. How do they even know? Are they biologists? And like I've asked last time we covered this story, this is pool. Why can't women compete with men in pool? Why can't women compete with men in chess? Why can't women compete with men in darts? We're not talking about boxing or MMA here. What's women's excuse? I would like to hear it. A women's plus pool champion has lost a legal battle to overturn a ban on players who are not born female for competing in women's only events. Harriet Haynes, 35, sued the English Blackball Pool Federation in April after it excluded transformers such as herself from the ladies' county tournaments. But today, the EBPF announced they won the case at the Canterbury Court, and Haynes had been ordered to pay their legal costs. Oh, I think it's time for an appeal. All right, the ruling is the first to apply the new legal definition of a women's as someone who is biologically female, which is brought in after the British Supreme Court decision in April. Well, are any of you biologists? I think we need to debate this for a few weeks as to what qualifies a biological female. The professional pool player from Faversham, Kent, first competed as a women's in current year -10, way ahead of the game. But since August of current year -2, has been able to play for the country's ladies team due to the new rules. Oh, come on, you get him, sister. You ain't done yet. File an appeal. I know you can do it. Haynes began her claim stating that the change in the criteria has caused her a loss of opportunity and amounts to discrimination. She also argued that players assigned male at birth have no advantage over female players in a sport that relies mostly on accuracy and precision. I agree with this. I think that, yeah, what advantage do men have over women? Because I keep hearing that the only advantage that men have is their physical strength, right? So why don't men and women compete against each other in chess where there's no physical aspect at all? Are you saying that women are mentally inferior to men? Because that's the implication when you don't let them compete. A lot of fucking sexists out there. Unless women have something they want to admit to us. However, the EBPF argued that transformers have on average a higher break speed than players assigned female at birth. On average? I mean, you could still, you could fix that. He also claimed that male-born players benefit from greater hand span, stronger fingers, and longer limbs, make it easier for them to play particular shots. So they literally are making the argument that men are superior to women in every way. And for some reason, no one's calling them out for this sexism. Women are celebrating this. Yeah, women who should be all about women's empowerment. All of them are out there celebrating this. Like, yeah, that's right. We are inferior to men. Is that really the message you want to send? His Honor, Judge Parker ruled in favor of the EBPF, arguing that it is a gender-affected activity and that excluding transformers would secure fair competition. They had to reach really far for that one. And so, what's the excuse in chess? An EBPF spokesperson said of the win, "We are delighted to announce that Harriet Haynes' discrimination claim against the EBPF has been dismissed and Harriet has been ordered to pay our costs." The court found that pool is a game in which men have an advantage over women's, and allowing only those born as women's to compete in our women's competition is necessary to secure a fair competition. Now, no, what you're going to ensure, though, is no one's good, just like the WNBA. Unless someone's throwing green dildos into the arena, no one's going to watch. Now, the EBPF was the only one of the three pool organizations to stand our ground when threatened with Harriet's claim. The claim was brought against Paul and Anna personally, and that was a very stressful experience to them. At one point, Harriet's solicitor said that Paul and Anna's houses and lives were potentially on the line. We would like to thank everyone who has supported us. We'd also like to reiterate that the EBPF welcomes transformers in our open category. Haynes is an expert player of English 8-ball pool and a transformer, or women's plus, with a gender recognition certificate issued under Britain's Gender Reassignment Act. Wow. So Airstrip 1 has been doing this for 21 years. The EBPF, represented by the lawyers from J.R. Levin, argued that Haynes is not discriminated against for being a transformer. If she was a trans man, she would have been able to compete. Oh, so she was discriminated for being a transformer and a woman. Plus. The defense also claimed that the pool is a gender-affected activity and also revised the rules where necessary to secure fair competition, but not exciting competition. EPPF Chairman Paul Thompson, I'm very grateful to Anna Goodwin and Jim Goodwin for all the help in this case. Without them, I think all the midnight talks and Jim calling me the second husband because Anna would be calling me all hours. Those countless conversations kept us on the path to what was right for our organization, and more importantly, got us through the most difficult time in my role as chairman of this wonderful organization. Great. Now that we know you discriminate against stunning and brave Women's Plus, I know in my wildest dreams, I think I would end up in court representing this organization as a chairman. It's been a difficult few years. Well, what do they say? They always say to write this off as cost of doing business. Oh, hey, you just want to provide a service or a product and get some money for it? Okay. Well, you better be ready to be sued out the ass. Just cost of doing business. Yeah, those who will tell you that I would be doing the right thing while representing this organization, and I'm not easily intimidated. But most importantly, we as an organization would conduct ourselves throughout the diversity with professionalism. Okay, I can honestly say I'm glad it's all over. Well, this case is over. Remember that baker in Colorado that was glad it was finally over too after like a decade, only for him to get sued for the same thing again? Don't celebrate just yet. I can honestly say I'm glad it's all over. We can get back to planning for this organization. I would also like to thank all the female section for supporting us and everyone who contributed to the GoFund. I guess it means GoFundMe to help with the case. It means a lot. Your support has carried so much weight for me and Anna. I speak for us both, and I say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And the next day they find out, oh, hey, by the way, it's being appealed. We're not done yet.